So students often, they'll apply to Clemson and they'll get rejected, and typically they're offered Bridge, and then those students are then appeal that decision as well, and then they're usually offered ours. Rarely are they automatically just like not granted acceptance into Clemson and then offered ESP. It's usually they're not accepted, offered Bridge, and they appeal that as well. So ESP, I feel like the goals for it are really to kind of, like you said, retain students. And so it's a conditional enrollment program that the students have to meet certain goals and guidelines that we set by basically at the end of the summer and then really at the end of the spring to be able to be considered full-time or like Clemson students. Although when they come now, they're able to participate in everything that they want to do. But there's just like that extra standard. And so our students by the end of the summer are required to get a 2.5 or higher from their 2 courses. And then by the end of the school year, it's 24 hours, credit hours, and 2.0.
So the question I kind of like to get at is the relationship between you and your office and the people who teach the classes. What is that relationship like? Like, how much involvement is there?
So we really are really involved with them. Maybe not necessarily like telling them what to plan for their classes, obviously, because they teach these classes throughout the year. But right at the beginning of the summer, really for us, we meet with them and give them a schedule so that they kind of know what's happening. And so if there's like some big assignment when we also have something else big, like they can consider, and we're not going to make them, but they can consider, like maybe I should make this paper due on Sunday instead of Friday because they're doing something Friday night. So things like that. But also we either the professors will give us access to their Canvas, so we'll be like observers, so that we can monitor the students' grades, or if they don't do that, they're still really willing to, if we're like, hey, I need to know the grade for this student, then they'll send it to us. Or if we want to know who's struggling in the class, then they'll let us know so that you can obviously try to get that student to do better.
So the data goes back and forth pretty well.
Yeah.
Do you ever sit down and talk with them about like what is involved with being a college student, like learning strategies, like how does a student perform well in an STS or a COM?
With the professors?
Yeah.
I don't know that we necessarily do that with them. I feel like it kind of varies throughout the year on who we have more interaction with. I feel like a lot during the summer, during the fall, we have a lot of interaction with the ASC just because it's just natural that we have that interaction. And then obviously during the spring when we're doing all these planning things, and during the summer when they're happening, we might be working with core or with transportation heavily, or with like the Hendricks Center's First Like Space. Like I would really like to do like a community service project during the summer with the students. Part of this class that we're going to be doing with the students is we're going to require those peer mentors to reach out to a campus partner and learn more about their office.
What would you think about a program in which the faculty, staff, and even the students who were involved, who are in the current cohort, had sort of a learning community about becoming a college student? Can you envision any way something like that could work out? And if so, like, what would be your thoughts and feelings about that?
Yeah, I think that could be really beneficial. I think the only like downside of that would just be obviously like the time, like finding time to do it. But I think it could be beneficial to make sure that students are getting more of like a holistic approach and that everyone's kind of on that same page.